Hello,
Hello.
we're Adam and Brienne,
Yes.
Twin Flame Union Within. Welcome back to our channel. So, I don't think that we've ever done this before,
Mm,
but we've never shared our coming out stories before, which
mhm,
is pretty weird. I don't know why we've never done that. I guess it's
mm.
just not been something we've thought about.
No,
But here we are, and we're going to share our journeys with you today.
I guess it's also like an ever unfolding journey as well. So it's kind of like you don't just come out once. You do
Mhm.
something you do throughout your life, right?
That's
Yeah.
true. It's
So
like something that's continuously happening,
yeah.
whether it be like, I don't know. Well, Adam here is always,
Mm,
I don't know, like with Adrian, you're always
mm.
having to like school teachers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyways, we'll go ahead and get started. Do you want to start or do you want me to?
Well, I feel like mine is very much ongoing, or
Mhm.
just like it's been like a continuous thing. I think
Mhm.
my first relationship, kind of like that was a bit out of the ordinary, like with a girl. That was in 2009, 10.
Mhm.
And I was very like, kind of like, I didn't really say much. I just kind of like went ahead with it and kind of like
Mhm.
just, I don't know, to my mom, yes, my girlfriend, and she's
Mhm.
like, okay. And my friends were all like, well, you don't really have to come out. Like I didn't know I was already out in some way, but they were like, it's
So
obvious.
how old were you? I think this is like the first I'm hearing of this too. So
Well, this is just, what is it, like 11, 12 years ago?
Mhm.
Yeah. But like I always was like fascinated, right?
Mhm.
That's why my friends were like, why do you even bother coming out? Like that's,
Oh, like it was a given?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
very true. And then at that point, my my dad's side of the family didn't know, except for my like sisters. But they basically found out like a month before we got married.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. It's just like, by the way, like I'm getting married, and you know, and this is
Mhm.
her.
Mhm.
And they're very traditional, and my stepmom is a Catholic and all this
Mhm.
stuff. So, but they're like just loving you.
Mhm.
So they took it very well.
Yeah, but I feel like did you know and how did you know that you were gay?
Well, I guess this is the weird part. I don't know. Like, how did I know? I don't know. I was always just like fascinated
Mhm.
by some people.
Mhm.
I don't know
By
what.
some
By
people.
some people.
Who's
I
some
don't know.
people? I
No,
mean like women, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but there could also be like men, I
Oh,
guess,
okay.
or very
Okay.
masculine women or whatnot,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
But there wasn't like a specific like everyone. I've
Mhm.
always been very specific. I thought at first like I was like kind of like pansexual, which is
Mhm.
when you're like you don't care about the gender. It's just
Mhm.
which in truth we're twinsexual basically. So it's true though. Yeah. So when did I know?
Yeah.
I don't know. For sure, probably around when I was like maybe 26 or something,
Mhm.
or when I kind of like okay, but I don't think I really like accepted or like okay, this is it before 2017. So that's like,
Mm.
what is that, 4 years ago now?
Yeah, roughly around that.
Yeah, so that was when I kind of like fully like okay, this is it.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
just a few years before that or up until that point, like, well, it's gonna be just much easier just being with a man, like no
Mhm.
questions asked. It's just gonna be a thing.
Mhm.
And then you come into this aspect of like, well, I'm actually like more masculine than all this stuff. So this is like definitely like an ongoing journey.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I'm basically just being myself though.
Mhm.
So whatever that looks like. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So basically, you were attracted to men when you were younger, and then it kind of evolved into different attraction to different like men and women?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say maybe souls, maybe instead
Yeah.
of like,
Gotcha. Which income, like the pansexual?
yeah, that's
Gotcha.
what I
Gotcha.
thought for a while there.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
see. I
yeah.
see. Yeah.
But like looking back, well, sometimes I would like kind of like like the more rugged guys, but like
Mhm.
more often the ones I was with was maybe a tad feminine, perhaps,
Mm. Mhm.
and the women I often went for was more masculine,
Mhm.
but that was more kind of like what I was more towards myself, I
Mhm.
guess. How you
Mhm.
say that? Yeah.
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 Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have any more questions? I don't know if there's any more to
Not
the.
not no, not that I can think of.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay. How about you then?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I've known my whole life.
Mhm.
I think probably from the age of 5 or 6, like I knew that
Mhm.
I was attracted to females. There was times, or there was times when I would feel attracted to men, but that was few and far in between. And yeah, so it started really young for me, and it was often I'd have crushes on, teachers, like my teachers in school and things like that. And I hid it because there was like this part of me that knew it was almost like socially unacceptable. So I just did what I seen everyone else around me doing. I just did that, like,
Mhm.
just be with a man,
Mhm.
right? And so, um, yeah, throughout school and in high school, like I dated boys, dated guys, and I still was having other feelings and desires that I just kind of kept hidden. And yeah, probably, gosh, I don't know, like I think it was like I was dating this guy, and I'm trying to remember the year. It was like
2007, 2008.
yeah, I guess so. It
Yeah.
was 2007, 2008 time frame.
Yeah, and that was also right around the time where, I also started,
Mhm.
so it's kind of like on track with,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, twin
yeah,
flames, right?
yeah,
Same thing.
yeah.
So, yeah, I was dating a guy, and we were living together for 3 years, and it's almost like I had kept it, suppressed for so long. I almost couldn't take it anymore. I was very angry, and I felt like I couldn't be myself. There was like a lot of suppressed emotions, and I was just like looking for an outlet. And so I created a MySpace account. Well, actually what happened was I had a friend from high school that she invited me to MySpace just simply to be friends with other classmates, because we had graduated in 2001. So anyways, I joined MySpace. I didn't know what it was.
I also joined MySpace
That's
at that
funny.
time. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so I joined, and I started like navigating the platform and adding members that I went to school with. And then as I spent more time on MySpace, I realized that you could connect with people all over the world. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I started seeing like LGBTQ things and people. And so I was a little bit hesitant to explore any of that in the beginning because I had lived my life a certain way, even though I knew, deep down, like there was something that I was avoiding looking at. And so I really don't remember how it happened, but I started just connecting with people from the LGBTQ community. And yeah, there was some females in there. And then one of those females I started dating. And and so I kept it quiet for a while, not very long. But basically, the guy that I was living with, he found out about it pretty quickly. And keep in mind, I hadn't told anyone, like no friends, no family members. There's so much to my story that I could share here.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like,
Well,
yeah, so yeah, I guess too, like prior to that, there was best friends that I had that I would like have feelings for. and I would try to, you know, indirectly communicate to them, but it was never good. Like I always experienced a really bad reaction.
Mhm.
And so, anyways, when I fast forward again to when I started dating this girl or this woman from MySpace, and my boyfriend at the time found out, and we weren't really boyfriend girlfriend, but we kind of acted like we were. And but he found out he did have feelings for me, but it wasn't mutual. There wasn't. I was just using that relationship as like a way to cover up, right?
Mhm.
And so he found out, and he basically packed, his things and left. And so there was me in the apartment, and I don't really remember. I guess maybe it was in my name, or so. Details don't really matter. But anyways, he moved out because he couldn't handle it, which rightfully so. I understand. And so, yeah, quickly after that, the woman that I was dating, like, we lived probably about 2 hours away from one another, and she would come see me every weekend. And things moved pretty quickly. And I was like, my whole world was changing because I felt like I was finally being able to, in some sense, express and be who I truly, felt I was on the inside. And that's when I slowly began to reach out to my friends and family one by one. And keep in mind, too, like, I made sure that I was way out of, like, I didn't live in the same town. I wasn't in my mom's house. I wasn't in any of my family's homes. Like, because I knew that when I did start telling people that I needed to be out on my own, because I didn't want to chance getting kicked out, or I didn't know what would happen to me. But yeah, I guess there was like a lot of fear and control in there. And yeah.
Yeah, and also the state you lived in is very, conservative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Arkansas in the
Mhm.
States, and it's
Mhm.
a very conservative, yeah, like you just buy the Bible, like homosexuality is a sin, like this is how I was raised in the Baptist church. And so it didn't feel safe, I guess is what I'm communicating. And so, yeah, going back to where I left off. Yeah, so I started. The first person that I told was my aunt, my mom's sister, because, well, we were closest. She always accepted me no matter what. Like, she loved me, and we were really close when I was a little girl. And so I remember I texted her, because things were moving really quickly with me in this new relationship. And so I did feel like I'm going to need to tell someone. I need
Mhm.
some
Yeah.
support here.
Yeah.
And did you want to add to that? I thought you were
No,
going to
it's
say
kind of
something.
like when that happens, kind of like when we were getting married. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to tell my family now.
Hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
It's kind of like, well, you gotta say some things now.
mhm.
So yeah, I text messaged my aunt, and I let her know, and she was very accepting, very loving, almost kind of like she already knew, and she really didn't care. And my aunt lived 8 hours away, so we could just dialogue over the phone and stuff like that. Is the lighting still good? Kind of look like it. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told her, and she was very accepting, which was a huge relief. I was like, okay, I've got someone else that I can talk to about this. And yeah, so basically, this relationship that I, was in, this person, like I said, lived 2 hours away. So I started to um, end my lease at the place that I was staying and move to Fort Smith, Arkansas with this woman. And I guess I could give her a name, right? Like just a alias name.
Mhm.
I could say like I don't know, Bella. I don't know. Just
Bella.
make up something. Yeah, so I moved, and me and Bella. got an apartment, and we got all settled in. And the funny thing was, is my grandma and my grandpa, they helped us move.
Mm.
And I don't think, yeah, I didn't tell them. I was just like, well, this is my friend. We're on a new adventure. I'm gonna move to a whole different town now. So picked up, moved, they helped us. And yeah, it's almost like what I did was I went from where I was living as one person, and I went into a town 2 hours away, and I started being the person that I actually felt inside. Meaning, like, Bella helped me get a job where she was working, and we went into it as, yeah, we're in a relationship. Like, everyone knew, like all of the coworkers. I worked there for probably 10 or 11 years. So, yeah, like everyone knew. Uh, and I think like over time, yeah, when I first moved to Fort Smith and got settled into the new apartment, I messaged my mom, and my mom was very like boundaried. I could tell that she wasn't very accepting of it. She was, but she wasn't, right? It was an awkward experience, to say the least. And then I think like later on, I told my dad and my stepmom, and it was kind of like the same thing. It's like, well, we love you, but we don't love that part about you, and we don't accept that part about you. Well, if you can't accept all of me unconditionally, then you're not accepting me at all, right? It's either all or nothing. And yeah, so that's kind of like, I guess, how it's unfolded. It was a lot of hiding involved for me, like a lot
Mm.
of hiding. And so, like, fast forward, I woke up to the fact that, I was on a twin flame journey in 2016. I had a false twin flame experience with someone else that I was working with, another female. And yeah, like, realized I had a twin flame, began my twin flame journey. And then in 2017, I found Jeff and Shalia's body of work and come into their community. And that's when I was really diligent on manifesting, my harmonious union and my twin flame, Adam. And Adam come into the community, like, when was it? Or you found?
Well, yeah, at the end of 2017, I
Mm-hmm,
found some students, and then I came into, I would say the community then
mm-hmm.
in January 2018.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
but it was like the same time you kind of like started in the school.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to accept myself fully. Like,
Ah,
okay, this is, where we're at. It was like
mm-hmm.
the same month and everything
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I feel like when I was it took me a while, like basically the relationship that I was in for, all those years, it was like me really it was plenty of enough space for me just to relax into who I truly was inside. That way when, it was revealed to me that I had a twin flame, that I was just okay, well, this is just another level of self-acceptance. And so it really allowed me to dive in. And as a result of that, because twin flames choose as one, Adam did as well. And yeah, so people too are probably wondering, like, how did your name's Adam, right?
mhm.
But clearly you're in a feminine body. Like, how did that come to be? Maybe share a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a bit shocking to myself too. I mean, I remember thinking like, when I was younger, like teenager, because I was, always like very accepting of, gay people and
Mm-hmm.
trans people, but I was like, well, at least I'm not trans, you know, that seems like stressful.
Mm-hmm.
that, that's like a um yeah, but I guess I just started, accepting myself, but I'm like, I don't know what this looked like. I
Mm-hmm.
just felt more masculine inside, and I didn't know what that would look like for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a long time to like kind of like, I don't know, relax into who I
Mm-hmm.
am. But here
Yeah.
we are. So was a lot of like figuring out things, and
Yeah.
yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, because when you come, or when I met you, you
Mhm.
had long hair, you were wearing dresses, wore makeup, and
It's
the
true.
whole shindig.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a journey in
Mm-hmm.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, this is really good. So, yeah, for me, like basically now all of my family knows, like my friends, my family, everyone's aware. But there's not really, there's not much communication. There's not really,
Yeah, it seems like at least with some of your families, like they want a relationship with you, but
yeah,
not your life, right?
right,
Like kind of
exactly.
like they pretend like I'm non-existent.
Yeah, or
So
they act like you're a friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, my dad put like on the screensaver a picture of us. That was pretty
Mhm.
like, whoa,
Yeah, that was
that's crazy.
sweet.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah. It's very shocking because my dad is a very traditional guy, right?
Mhm.
So they they love you.
Yeah, they do
They
love
accepted
me.
you. My grandma was like, "So how do you feel? Can you like live with that?" Well, kind of like not understanding what how do you deal, because it's like they're like from a part of my country that's a bit more traditional and
Mhm.
closed in that sense. So it's a bit odd, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
Like they were accepting, but like how can you well, if you can live with that, like I guess
Yeah.
that's fine though.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just feel like um I constantly have to like introduce you as my wife when I
Mhm.
call places for you, and people are like, oh, like
Yeah.
because they assume I'm feminine perhaps, and this is what we
Mhm.
look like on the outside.
Yeah.
So we're having like coming out experience all
A
over the place. Yeah, yeah,
constant thing.
yeah, and like our kid, he calls me Adam,
Mhm.
so everyone's kind of like looking a little bit. Okay, but yeah, you can see their brain kind of like twirls a
Yeah.
little bit, but then they're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He just says it out loud to anyone because
Mhm.
he used to call me mom for like
Mhm.
basically all the years, but yeah,
Yeah.
now he says Adam. So
Yeah.
yeah, so and he just says it all over the place. So
Mhm. It's
yeah,
just a normal thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Do we miss anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess just like in a nutshell, yeah, for me it was a lot of hiding,
Hmm.
and I don't hide anymore because I don't need to. I feel free in
Hmm.
myself, and a lot of that is a result of learning Jeff and Shalia's work. And I know that if you're new to our channel and this is the first video that you're seeing, you're probably like, you might even be like, what are twin flames? Who are Jeff and Shalia? Well, twin flames is like basically God created you with a twin flame, with a perfect partner, perfect
Or
lover.
love or the universe,
Yeah, or
whatever
you
you
can
like.
call it love, you can call it universe, you can call it source, whichever you prefer. We use God because, well, that's what we're comfortable with.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can use universe,
Yeah,
love, we're good with any of that.
yeah.
But yeah, so just as we've learned, how to heal ourselves, we have manifested harmonious union with one another, and we also are coaches and we teach uh, everything that Jeff and Shalia have taught us. They're also twin flames in harmonious union. Um, and yeah, like I guess from whatever angle you're coming at it, from whether you've never heard of a twin flame or you're on your coming out journey, we're like well equipped and very experienced. Yeah, or experience here, I guess is what
Yeah.
you could say.
Yeah, it's
We're
kind of,
embarking on our 40s as well.
oh
So
boy.
yeah,
No, no.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of funny when we're doing like our coming out stuff. I feel like, coming out with like believing in God has been
Mm,
like a whole another level too. In
hmm.
my country it's kind of like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
keep saying your country. What's your country?
Norway.
Yeah,
So
that's where we're currently living.
yeah. yeah, so it's kind of like coming out all over the place
Yeah.
because I didn't subscribe to God before, so yeah.
Yeah, like I said before, I was raised in the churches and
Mhm.
Baptist, and I did have somewhat of a relationship with God. But when I was in my teenage years and my 20s, I kind of like, or early 20s, I shut that out
Mhm.
because what I was taught
Mhm.
of God was that you don't do X, Y, Z, or you're going to hell,
Mhm.
right? And so I didn't have a relationship with God. Or I guess I could say a relationship with who I thought God was,
Mhm.
right? And
I think that's a different story
it is a different
for a
story. That's
different
a
day.
whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post those in the thread below.
Comment section,
Comment
probably.
section, yeah. And yeah, if you are on your twin flame journey or you're not, or you're in the process of coming out and you would like spiritual support or any kind of support, like I said, we're coaches and we're happy to help you. We'll provide all of our information below in the description box, and you can contact us, connect with us, and we're happy to help you. Yeah.
Good.
Good. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right. So with that, we will see you in the next video. Bye.